Hey guys, Ryan here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the best sniper supports in Season 4 of Warzone. I'm going to be breaking this video down into 3 different sections. The first is going to be the best overall sniper supports, the second is going to be the best low recoil sniper supports, and the third is going to be the best sniper supports for aggressive players. I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's get into it. At number 1, I'm going to have the FFAR, number 2, the Volks, number 3, the H4 Blixen, number 4, the Cooper Carbine, and number 5, the Grav. To begin, don't focus too much on the overall rankings, just know that all of these guns are viable and I consider them pretty much equals. The best one for you is going to depend on your playstyle and your ability to use these guns in which you're comfortable with. Each gun on this original list has a bunch of different strengths and I'm going to get into them right now. The FFAR and the Volks have insane strafe speed, they have good damage, and they're overall very easy to use, and that's why I have them so high on the list. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy them, but they are a little shaky recoil-wise depending on how you have them built. Then, for me, the Grav and Cooper Carbine are going to be the best for more conservative players. If you're someone who likes to kind of post up, you don't like to push things too much, but you want a sniper support that can win you close range battles, but's really good in the mid range, I'd really recommend the Grav or the Cooper Carbine. For me, the H4 Blixen is by far the best aggressive sniper support in the entire game, and I find it absolutely amazing with just a slight tweak to the meta build that's currently used. And speaking of builds, if you're looking for any of the attachments for any of the guns I talk about, go down below in the description and that's where you can find them. So these next 4 sniper supports are almost just as good. Number 1 is the Kohler AK, number 2 the AS44, number 3 the CX9, and last but not least the XM4. All 4 of those are almost just as good as the original 5 I had listed, although I do think the original 5 might be slightly better. So now we're going to move on to the low recoil sniper supports. At number 1, we have the Milano, number 2, the Cooper Carbine, number 3, the MP7, number 4, the Bullfrog, and at number 5, the Vargo 52. Now, all of these I consider some of the best sniper supports for quote-unquote casual players, or just people who aren't too aggressive, they don't want guns that have a lot of recoil, and they're kind of just the average player. All of these are really good options for anyone that fits that category, and you should have no shame if you fit in that category. That's not meant to demean people. It's just meant to actually help you find the right gun for yourself, and so you can have more fun in the limited time you probably have to play. This is why I recommend guns like the Milano, the Cooper Carbine, and guns like that. The Milano, for example, is one of the easiest guns to use in all of Warzone, and while the damage is not insane, the damage is not going to beat a lot of the meta options, it's going to be one of the easiest guns to hit your shots with, and that's going to be super invaluable if you're a kind of average player. That's why I'd also recommend guns like the Bullfrog, the Vargo 52, and the Cooper Carbine. The Vargo 52 is one of the most low recoil Cold War assault rifles in the entire game, and it's actually extremely good as a sniper support, and the same thing can be said for the Cooper Carbine. Those guns both have minimal recoil for how powerful they are, and that's what makes them so good for most players. You don't have to be the best player to use these guns, and you can see good results. You can hang with people up close, you can win mid-range gunfights, and they're going to really complement your sniping ability and your sniper that you have in the back pocket. I will also say that a lot of the guns I had on my original list, guns like the Volks, the CX9, they can be made into super low recoil sniper supports, and I'd also recommend guns like those. And the one last thing I want to touch on before I end this part of the video is that these are the sniper supports I would also recommend for Caldera. Now, I would also recommend almost any of the sniper supports from my original 5/4 honorable mentions. I would also recommend these in particular for Caldera. The low recoil, low damage is really going to benefit you more on a bigger map where you have engagements at longer ranges. And I think that when you're playing on these close range maps, you want something that has a little more damage and something from the next topic I'm going to talk about, and that's going to be aggressive sniper supports. So at number 1, we're going to have the H4 Blixen, number 2, the Volks, number 3, the Mark 5, number 4, the Bullfrog, and at number 5, the MP40. When I start talking about aggressive sniper supports, this is more meant for smaller maps like Rebirth, Fortune's Keeps, but they can also still be used on Caldera, and it really depends on your sniping skill. If you are someone who's capable of winning sniper engagements up close within 0 to 30 meters, then you can get away with running something like the H4 Blixen and just destroying kids up close. The real difference between most sniper supports and guns like these are their ability to compete between 0 and 10 meters. If you have a gun that has a super high time to kill and a super meta between 0 and 10 meters, you're going to be way better off. A lot of sniper supports unfortunately lack in their raw time to kill in these ranges, and that's their big downfall. The list of sniper supports I have in the background all have extremely competitive time to kills, and if they don't have an extremely competitive time to kill up close, they have something that makes them better. This is the case for the Volks. The Volks, the time to kill is not as good as the Blixen and other guns like that, but it has insane strafe speed when you're aimed down sight with the build I have, and that makes it super good for aggressive players. This allows you to strafe left and right, not be touched by their bullets, and you can see this in the background right now. I'm just strafing at insane speeds, and it is super, super dominant. The H4 Blixen and the Marco 5 are both super hyper aggressive meta SMGs that can be used with ARs, and if you pair them with the sniper, with an aggressive sniper with something like the Kar 98, the Swiss, you can dominate maps like Fortune's Keep and Rebirth. By just rushing kids, by being better than them with your movement and just your gun skill between 0 and 10 meters, you can dominate kids with the sheer damage that's going to outclass almost every other gun. And if you're capable and confident in your sniping abilities between these ranges, then you can dominate. Now, you're not going to be able to snipe kids across the map with the Swiss or Kar 98, but you are going to be able to snipe kids up close, and that is super valuable if you're an aggressive player. I like to play for 20 kill games. I like to play for 30 kill games. I like to go for wins as well, but I go for high kill games. So for me to play super aggressive and to have something to back up my playstyle is absolutely vital and super, super important for me. And that's what allows me to get away with so many of my clips. I'm confident in my sniping up close. I'm confident in my sniping at far. I'm confident in my ability to use any of these guns up close. And this gives me a distinct advantage over most players. I will say one last thing I want to talk about before I wrap this video up is that you have to make sure you're smart in pairing your sniper support with the actual sniper you are using. If you are someone who uses the HDR, the AX50, or the ZRG, you should probably not be running one of the more aggressive sniper supports, and you should be running something that's a little better in the mid-range. However, if you're running a sniper like the Kar 98 or the Swiss, then do consider running an aggressive sniper support because you're already committing to an aggressive playstyle by running that sniper. You're already not going to be that good in super long ranges, so just give yourself something that's going to complement how close and how aggressive you're probably going to play with the sniper like that. One of the most important skills any player can learn in Warzone is to do and find what matches your playstyle. Whether that includes things like movement mechanics, whether that includes places you drop on the map, the loadout you're running, perks you use, whatever. You have to find things that match your playstyle, that matches your goals and objectives, whether that's playing for high kills, whether that's just going for wins, whatever it may be, and you have to understand these things. Using a gun you're more comfortable with as an individual is far better than using whatever quote-unquote meta options available to you. All these things add up. All these things are important, and I can't stress how much they really will change your game at the end of the day. Anyways, guys, I'm going to start wrapping this video up. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you guys have been enjoying this new season of Warzone, and I hope you have a good day overall. Thank you for watching this video. It's been Ryan. Peace.